First of all, we're going with a Siri hack. Now, when you do this, you have to use the hey word to invoke Siri. I won't use it on this video, of course, because I don't want to set Siri off on all of your iPhones. So just keep in mind, you use the hey, you know what, and then of course do the trick that I'm about to show you guys. So let's say your iPhone, it's in someone's hand and they're trying to unlock your iPhone with Face ID by just pointing it to your face. Now, what you can do to actually disable Face ID and lock the iPhone with the passcode is simply do this. So here we are on the lock screen. Someone is trying to unlock your phone by just facing it towards you. What you have to do is just say the hey word. Whose phone is this? And just ask whose phone is this, and then right after that your iPhone has been locked with a passcode. So you can see right here what it does. It says your passcode is required to enable Face ID. Just like that, with this simple step, you can completely disable Face ID, of course, until you enter the passcode, then it will be re-enabled. When you go to the control center of your device, of course, you will have here the button to turn on or off the flashlight. And if you 3D touch on it, you get this slider, which lets you adjust the intensity of the flashlight. You probably knew about this as well. But did you know that if you set the intensity, let's say at the lowest, you go out of here, you turn it off, it will stay like that. So you have now set the intensity for the flashlight for any time you turn it on or off. So basically every time you do that, even though it doesn't show here, it will stay on that intensity that you set it last time. So it will memorize that. So if it's all the way up, it will always be like that anytime you turn it on from the control center. On the camera app of your iPhone, when you go to take a picture, of course, tap and hold here. It won't take a burst, it will start recording a video. And that's really annoying. Of course, it used to be the burst mode by tapping and holding, and it's very natural to do that, but it doesn't work like that anymore. But of course you can do that by pressing and holding the volume up button. But if you don't want to use the volume up button, or you're just holding your iPhone with one hand, all you have to do to start taking burst pictures on the camera app is just swipe like this. So you don't have to press, or you can press and slide, or you can just slide like this and it will start taking burst pictures. Most people will create a lot of alarms on their clock app. Of course, it's sometimes really hard to wake up in the morning, so you don't want to miss any of your alarms, so I set a few of them. Now every time you want to turn these on or off, you will have to go and of course turn these switches on or off one by one. There's a very easy trick to bypass that and do it all at once. So just invoke Siri, turn on all alarms. Just like that, we have all alarms turned on. And of course, turn off all alarms. And just like that, it turns off completely all the alarms. It even will show the clock app right there. That little card will show that anywhere you are, even if you're not within the clock app. While we're here on the alarm section on the clock app, of course, if you want to edit the alarm, you tap right there, you go here and start editing the alarm. With iOS 15, all you gotta do is just tap on any alarm and you will go straight to the edit page. Now, of course, Apple has replaced the old clock with the older, even older, like this wheel right here, and of course you will have just like that to move around to set the alarm. But what you can do is also just tap on the clock or on the minutes right there. You just tap any of them and you can go ahead and enter the time manually here. So that's really cool and very useful. If you don't want to use like the scrolling wheel, then you can go ahead and use the keyboard to manually enter the time, and that will basically work anywhere, not just on the clock app. Anywhere where you have to set a time like that, you can use the manual keyboard. Now this right here is actually really annoying. So you can see I have this beautiful widget right here. It looks nice and simple, and I have it at the bottom of the page. Of course, I don't have a page here full of apps. I just have a few of the apps that I use the most, and then I have this widget at the bottom. But Apple won't actually allow you to do this. If I try to add this widget right here, which is the medium one, it will just place it automatically in the middle right there. but of course there is a trick to do that. Now let's just remove this one and try to add another one. Now here I have this widget I'm trying to add, and no matter how much I try to add it right here at the bottom, it won't let me do that. It will just automatically move it to the top. Now the trick to place it right there and let it stay there is to actually add more icons. But you don't have to add them and let them there. You can see what I'm doing here. So I have 12 icons there, so I need to fill the page with icons, and now it will actually let me place it right here. Really weird, right? What you can do now is go out of the edit mode, go back on the edit mode again, and just collect the apps that you just added, move them out of the page, and then you go. When you come back, that widget will stay right there, and it looks much better. Of course, you will be able to actually do that with the smaller widgets as well. Simply add the apps like this, and then go ahead and move the widgets right here at the bottom. You can see once we go out of the edit mode, go back to the edit mode, we can collect the apps, move them out of here. You can see now we have both widgets right there placed at the bottom of the page, and that of course makes them look really good. Now that Shazam is integrated into iOS, you can easily find music with your device without needing to have installed a third-party app. Now it's called music recognition, but it's basically Shazam is the same thing. If you don't have it on your control center right here, you can add it by going to your settings, go to control center here, and of course just make sure you have added it music recognition from here. Now the way Shazam works, of course, you hear a song, you tap on Shazam, it will recognize that song. But with music recognition, it will work on device as well. So let's say you're watching a movie or a video, you hear a song on that movie, all you have to do is just make sure you go ahead and turn on music recognition, and while playing the music, of course the part where the music is that you want to find, you can go ahead and recognize that using music recognition. As easy as that. You don't have to actually be listening to the song outside of the device, even within the device, maybe playing a music video, or maybe playing just a video or a movie. You hear a song you like, bam, tap music recognition, and you're good to go. Now this right here is one of my favorite features when it comes to iOS widgets. Now there is a widget, of course, with Siri suggested apps. So if you add one of these, you probably don't add a second one because they're the same. They're actually not the same. You can add as many of them as you want, but they won't ever be the same. So you can see right here I have added 2 of those. I usually keep these on the left side where the old widget used to be, and I have of course my favorite, most useful apps right here. So you can see it shows different apps on different widgets. No matter how many of them you add, it will always show different apps on different widgets. They won't ever be the same. On the Notes app, when you have a list like this, maybe something you have written like a note, or maybe stuff you have to do or stuff you have to buy, you can actually move any of these rows simply by swiping on them like this. So you can see just like that, you can move them forwards or backwards. Of course, if you want to separate them from the other stuff, you want to notice something right here, you can just go ahead and move them like that simply by swiping on the row, as easy as that. And last but not least, this is not a hack, this is like a hidden feature that you can find on a few very popular apps. One of them, WhatsApp. I know a lot of people use it, so you can actually protect your WhatsApp. You can lock your messages with Face ID, and that's simply by going to WhatsApp, go to settings, go to account, you will have here privacy, and you have screen lock. Make sure you go ahead and enable require Face ID, then all of your messages will be locked with Face ID. The same can be done with the Facebook Messenger as well. So always go to Facebook Messenger, go to your account, go to privacy right here, and then of course you have app lock. Again, just enable require Face ID and you're good to go. Now you have locked your Facebook messages with your Face ID. So that's basically it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos and leave a like on this one. I will see you guys on the next video.